Hi, everybody. Welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Listen, I'm going to do my little intro because I got to share this live with everybody. Some people don't know that I'm live, so I have to do that. But do me a favor, hit the like button. Help this get out in the algorithm. We're doing a live review of Unknown Numbers, the High School Catfish, which, y'all, I'm telling you, man, that had my nerves. Had to watch it a couple times, but before we go there, let me do this little intro. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Bruh. Did you hit the like button? Drop some rabbits in the chat. Let's go.
Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. If you want the tea, come see me. Rabbit hole is the place to be for real news, not fake news. Celebrity news, breaking news around the clock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock. Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. True crime is my specialty. Exposed in the industry. Unsolved mysteries. Sticking to reality. Fair use commentary. Talking about cults. Trying to get results. Exploring hopes. Exploring. Researching. Debunking. Investigating. Being nosy. Super nosy. Being messy. Being shady. Rabbit hole news. That's me. The chick with ADHD. Unmedicated. But quite educated. Hit that like. Hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat. Hit chat. Hit that like. Hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Mel has been a member for 20 months. My goodness, Mel, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your constant support of this channel and everybody else as well. Thank you, Mel, for your 20 months. Shout out to Mel in the membership for 20 months. Thank you. You said this had your jaw on the floor. You're trying to email me? Your inbox is full? Ooh, Franny Law. You talk about this email right here? Hold up, Franny Law. Franny Law, this is my email right here. And my inbox shouldn't be full, but there is a lot of emails. Y'all, I'm telling you, man, if I could, the emails that I be getting, y'all, okay? You watch it. Kay says she watched it and she is livid. All right. I'm letting the people get in here, okay? Because it's literally too much. Had me at work asking everyone to watch it. All right. So if you have not watched, we're about to talk about the Netflix Unknown Numbers, the High School Catfish documentary, okay? We're about to talk about it. So there is going to be a spoiler. If you have not watched it, you probably don't want to watch this video. You probably want to go watch it. Oh, it was the okay. Huh. So So Franny Law, can you hit me up? I also have a Gmail, but I'm very careful about the Gmail. This is my Gmail. It's scrolling on the bottom. You can hit me up right here as well. Try that one. So I have an iCloud. I prefer iCloud for people to contact me. But if you can't get to me, if you're getting an error message, that's not good because I don't know what's going on. So I'd have to go check. But hit me up on the Gmail. This is the Gmail. That's the one that's scrolling on the bottom. Okay. I hardly promote it because I get too many messages. Thank you. Thank you, Franny. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, send me a test email. Okay, guys. Yeah, you said, oh, I got to run. If you have not seen it, don't be mad at me if I'm spoiling it because I'm not trying to spoil it, but it is going to be a spoiler. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay. I've been hearing everybody talk about this documentary. So, shout out to Dee Dee. I think Dee Dee went to bed. One of my supporters went to bed, and she was like, "You won't be mad once you see this documentary." And I was like, really? Like, is it like I better watch it before I go to bed? Because if I see something um that whoever just emailed me on the iCloud, it works. It says test, it worked. All right, let me put this down because I got to get right to the program. I have to be careful what I watch before I go to bed because if I get mad and I'm supposed to go to bed, that's never good. Like I won't be able to sleep. So I was like, well, let me watch it before I go to bed. And I was doing dishes while I'm always doing dishes, y'all. I'll be washing everybody's dishes. So I had it on my headphones. I have a little phone stand right there and I'm watching, right? And I'm sitting there. I'm listening to the various characters just talk about what is going on. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So this documentary is about a case that was I think happened I think I first heard about it back in like 2022, 2023, okay? And it was a woman, a mom who was arrested, okay? So spoiler, I'm about to spoil it. For catfishing her daughter and a bunch of the high school students at the high school. Okay? Now, I remember hearing about this, but we couldn't get a lot of info back then because of the minors. There was a lot of people involved, so there wasn't a whole lot of info that people were releasing at the time. So then here we are, 2025. Come to find out, here you go. Thank you. Love you. Come again. Here we have a documentary from Netflix. Okay. And you are so needy. Yeah, needy. Like, sorry about that. Um, so I'm sitting there and I'm just wondering, like, oh my God, this is that, right? As I'm hearing everybody talk. Okay. So, in the beginning, to give you guys a little context of what we're talking about, this is about a case that in the beginning of 2020, I think it was like middle 2020. This is around pandemic time. Okay, keep in time of the mind time frame, guys. So there was a girl whose name is Lauren Licari. She's 13 years old at the time, and she was dating this little boy by the name of Owen McKenney. Okay, and they were dating, their families knew each other. This is kind of like giving small town vibes, right? Like people go to people's Christmas parties, people know what's going on. People are, parents are coordinating so their kids can date. Everybody knows everybody. There's a cheerleading team, a football team, high school. Everybody's involved with everyone in this town, right? And they go to the high school together. They go to middle school together. Okay. So Lauren meets, actually doesn't meet. She actually kind of grew up with Owen. Starts dating Owen at the age of 13. Very cute, little middle school couple kind of situation, right? At the time as she was 13, she starts receiving these anonymous, like, text messages. Okay. Now, the text messages are just so like, and I'm thinking it like, let me paint this picture out for you guys, okay? Because I'm washing dishes and I'm listening to the context of these text messages, and they are literally like very explicit, something that a creepy old, I don't know, old guy would send to like somebody he's stalking, right? And I literally in my mind, I'm like, all right, see, this 13-year-old girl's receiving these text messages, and hold up, y'all. And she doesn't, like, we don't have a whole lot of information about it. So in my mind, I immediately thought, oh, this is like some old guy that started, stalking this little girl, right? Who's 13, and she's just stalking. Just the context of the message. And then the messages start calling Lauren like by a middle name that only certain people know, Low, right? So like, so only certain people know her by this middle name. So then they start believing that it's somebody within the circle, right? They're like, oh my God, it's somebody in the circle. Start bringing it to the principal, start talking about it, within their peers and their groups of friends about these messages that they have been receiving. And they're very explicit. I mean, and I'm going to see if I can find a message. I got to be careful because this is the kind of stuff that will demonetize you in so many different ways. Just to give you guys an idea of the kind of messages that they were sending to this 13-year-old girl. Okay. So, like, hey, Lauren, Owen is breaking up with you, no longer likes you, and hasn't liked you for a while. It's obvious he likes me. He laughs, smiles, touches my hair. Not sure what he told you, but he's coming to the Halloween party, and we're both down to F. Mm-hmm. Yeah, down to F. You're a sweet girl, but I can give him what he wants. Sorry, not sorry. Just giving you guys. So a 13-year-old receiving these kind of messages, and they get a little bit more graphic. Okay. Let's see. See if I can give you guys an idea. Because there was some that I was like, oh, who is talking to a little girl that's 13 about, BJs and all kinds of things and creams, ice creams, doing it this way, that way, upside down, all kinds of stuff, right? So in my mind, when I'm hearing this, I'm like, oh, this is coming from like an adult man. No way this is coming from like another child. Or even in my mind, I'm thinking there's no way this is coming from another woman, especially your own mother. Like, what? She would get messages that would say, worthless hoe. Okay. He's cheating. We promise you he will break up with you. You effing suck. You're the effing reason JV lost, because she was into sports. She was playing sports and all kinds of things, y'all. Who would do that, right? He hates you. He never comes back to you. Now we ruined your life. You're anorexic. Just giving you guys ideas of messages. You effing jealous bitch. And for real, effing him, didn't want to talk. He begged, promised. I like some of the messages. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, no way that is like another 13-year-old girl sending it to another 13-year-old girl. There's just no way. There's no way. Right? So anyways, let me keep going. All right. Because I know a lot of you guys have already watched it, and I see everybody's comments in the chat. Okay. So she starts receiving these text messages, and the messages were like from like untraceable numbers, rotating untraceable numbers. She was receiving messages. It wasn't like they could call back the number. And even if they did call back the number, the person, whoever was sending it, wasn't like answering. It was difficult to block the messages because they would just use a different number. Whoever it was knew who the circle was. So then they said, well, okay, like change the number. And some of the parents didn't want to change the number because it's like, well, people want to know who this is. They took it to the school. These parents, these parents, and the audacity, because the one that was arrested and accused of this is the one that said the school wasn't doing anything about this, guys. And she's the one doing it. Okay. The harassment, this messages stopped for a minute, and then they returned back like in 2021, right? So like they went a while without these messages, and then they came back, and then when they came back, they became more frequent. They were getting like 50 to 40 text messages. And then it got to a point where some of the parents, like the school was involved, and the school was coordinating operations to watch what student is texting at what time and who's receiving what. And then not only that, then the sheriff got involved, right? He is watching all this go down. He's talking to the parents. He's interviewing students. He's like, what the hell is going on? He couldn't figure it out. So then guess what? Then he brings in the FBI. But meanwhile, like Owen Lauren is going through like this situation where it's affecting her mental health, it's affecting her mental state, it's affecting all, right? Like 13, imagine, y'all, I know everybody was 13 here at some point, right? Think about what you were like at 13 to hear somebody call you out of your name and then not even know. And then the scary part is that they're watching you. They're watching you play games, at your basketball games, volleyball games. They're watching you. You don't even know who's there, right? You're getting all these messages and you're like, what the hell? And it's affecting your mental health. Somebody calling you anorexic because you're so skinny because you can't, or it's time for you to end your life type of situation, because she was even receiving these messages, right? One of the girls that liked Owen, I forgot her name, beautiful, gorgeous girl, right? She had dated Owen at some point. She didn't get along with Lauren, so they started accusing her. That affected her. They started accusing other people. Like everybody, it was like the game of Clue at the local high school, y'all. Like, think about it that way. I'm like, this is like Clue at the high school. So everybody's looking to see and what, pointing fingers, trying to be decoys and making somebody pretend, to make somebody else confess. It was just like, this is how it was. The parents got involved. They wanted to hold meetings in there and go interrogate people. I mean, it got really, really bad. You had parents, I mean, you could see it in the body cam footage where some of these parents were coming in there. They were just breaking down crying because it's like, oh my God. Owen and Lauren break up, right? Owen starts a whole new relationship. This is like the summer. He's out there, doing the teenage boy thing, right? And then he starts receiving messages from an anonymous number. The girl that he was dating was also receiving messages from an anonymous number. And they still can't figure it out, right? Nothing. So then the FBI, gets involved in everything. Authorities, kept getting tipped off about different people. The FBI was like, well, let's come in here. They start tracing IP addresses and IP logs, right? And they were looking at like the spoofing app numbers, which I can spoof my number. Everybody here can spoof their number. You can get a different number that it is what it is. People text, so he starts looking deep into this. I mean, he had to get a warrant to get into the app and then to release where the number was coming from. And then it turns out, he had to go get another warrant for Verizon because that's where the number was at. So he had to do all this, right? Meanwhile, these parents, between the holidays and, accusing each other, everybody's at odds. And this is like a community, a small little town, right? And it's everybody's playing Clue, like who done it, right? And these poor kids, man, they between being accused of like having something to do with something, I would just imagine how devastating that is and the amount of therapy. They are very lucky that somebody did not self delete during that time because that's how intense this situation got. All right. FBI comes back. He does a full report. He's asking Owen's mother for numbers of like parents and anybody who's had contact, right? Now, mind you, like I said, I'm listening, washing dishes, and in my mind, I'm like, there's no way that this is a child. It has to be one of the parents. That's where immediately it went, right? And this is me stereotyping, all right? I can call myself out when I stereotype, okay? Because it's one thing about grad school, social work school, working with people is you got to check yourself, like check your stuff, right? I remember watching, I said, this is going to be a nasty, dirty old man with nothing to do in his, I don't know, 70s or 80s. Like, I'm just throwing ages out there. And I'm imagining that that's what it was, right? FBI comes back. They're looking at Owen's mom's phone and they're looking at all these numbers. And then they find out that it's Kendra Licari, Lauren's mom. My dishes are not broken. I'm letting you guys know that my dishes are not broken. They're not broken. But I swear to God that I had to like stop, go back to my phone and go rewind at least like a couple times. I might have misheard that. I might have misheard the agent, because that does happen. I could be doing the most when I'm washing dishes. I get distracted and whatever. And so I go back, hold up, y'all, because I got to turn this off. I go back and I'm like, there's no way. There is no way that it's this girl's mom. Honey, there's no more. Grab it, please. It's not there. Okay. Can you hold it? Thank you. You have to wait. Thank you. I said, there's no way that it's this girl's mom. No way. No way. No way. Yeah. It was Lauren's mom the whole time, and she had been doing it for a couple years. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm pissed off. Right. I think a lot of people were, and now I understood why. Shout out to Dee Dee. Dee was like, "Don't watch this, man. Don't watch this while you're, it's gonna make you mad, But I was like, well, let me watch it. Let me watch it before I, go to bed, because if I watch it during bed, I'm gonna get upset. Anyways, so I had to go back and rewatch certain parts of it, and oh my goodness. So that I understand this correctly, right? Give me one sec, y'all. Baby Bunny's doing too much. I know she's doing too much. What really bothered me now, knowing that it was this lady going back, is, let me tell you what's bothering me about this documentary. I don't know, like, she'll have her excuses about why she did what she did, right? She'll have her excuses. But I don't like the fact that people on the internet are making excuses for her. Does that make sense? Like, Kendra went on camera. She's crying. Oh, I don't know what happened. Yo, the body cam footage is out there when the officer's confronting, and she basically confessed to what she had done. Her daughter's there. Her dad's there. They're confronting her and everything. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. Why did she do this? Who did she do this for? And why isn't she in some kind of a registry? Because the reality is that that's what it gave to me. But what bothered me is how people on the internet were making excuses for Kendra. There were I started reading some posts about, well, this is very psychological. Listen, I went to grad school, I went to social work school, y'all. And let me tell you something. When people do this, and I've said this before on this channel, when we talked about this, people be doing too much and try to excuse other people's behaviors based on the things that they have been through. We don't know that, right? I don't know that. What I do know is that she didn't get enough time behind bars. That's what I do know. The other thing that I don't want to do is shame Lauren, who has a relationship with their mom, good, bad, or indifferent. Her mom put her through this. I hate the fact that people are taking it upon themselves to, like, say, well, why? How could Lauren still have a communication with her? Because she does, because that's her mom. It happens, right? How she still has custody of this child is, I don't know, man. I don't know. You said Munchausen by see, and that's the thing, Wendy. It's like when I was hearing this on the documentary, because I think it was like the principal who said, well, maybe she's got Munchausen, where people, they make a caregiver will make a child purposely sick, right, for attention seeking. Yeah, no. See, I don't even want to give her that. I think the woman is a sociopath. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's could very well be very attention seeking, purposeful. I think the woman is a sociopath. And that's very sad, because sociopaths can give birth, right? Like, I think she's sick. She's legit sick. It's a very sick situation. Okay. You said, can we read the January NY Mag article? Venus, thank you so much for $2. Which NY? Put the name of the article and I'll search for it. It's crazy to me. But anyways, Let's keep going. Okay. So Kendra was arrested in December of 2022. Okay. And she was charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor, Lauren and Owen. Um, the way she sexualized things in these messages, talking about like effing this minor child, Owen, to me, it gave that she wasn't above that, if that makes sense. She wasn't above going out there and perpetrated on that. Matter of fact, she did. Cyber through text. She perpetrated on this boy. Okay? Verbally, how do you send 50, 60 messages like this? Explicit like this. Talking about and I am telling you, I'm talking about the dirty in these messages. You would like, I hate to put it this way, but you would expect a peeping tom, a pervy guy to be sending these kind of messages. Never in my mind did I think that it would be her mother and yet a woman, right? But the thing is that's the problem that we have in our society. And I had to call myself, and I called myself out mentally, okay? Be real. Because I do call myself out mentally when I'm like, oh man, I don't make sense here. Let me go back. We never really see women as perpetrators. We never do at all. We don't see them that way at all. We don't see women as perpetrators. That woman is a perpetrator, and it's not funny, and it's not any kind of sick, like it's sick, but she is a sociopath too. I don't know what kind of a therapy or what exactly she is doing to clarify that, and I feel really bad for her child, because it's her child who has to make sense of this, right? The internet can push her to hate her mom and everything, but that doesn't work. She is at some point, and I'm sure that she carries this, but you guys have to understand is that the brain develops, for everyone a little bit different. For women, we mature a little bit faster, and it might take her some time. It might not be right now because she's still a child. My understanding, how old is she now? Lauren, I think she's in high school still. Yeah, she's like 16, 17. She's had to rebuild her her relationship with her dad. Now, even her dad, I was like, I sat there and I said, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So this woman has been out of work for 10 years, and you, husband, where the hell were you in those last 10 years? You believed everything. So how the hell was she supporting everybody? They had been financially ruined for 10. So she had said that I guess she's into IT. Okay. This is why she was able, she should be 18 now. Thank you, Cheeks. Should be 18 now. Kendra's in IT. She was like in the IT department out of a university. I can't remember. It was unclear to me. I believe she got let go, and then she lied to her husband about it. And then she went like 10 years without really knowing. Like, her husband didn't even know about the finances. 10 years. How does that happen? I don't know. They lost everything, right? So, first of all, thank God they didn't have any more children, because I hate to, let me just say that. Honestly, can you imagine putting more kids through this? Okay. Honestly, it's too much. She said, hold up. Now, I know I'm like going on a tangent and I didn't even read the comments. Y'all forgive me, forgive me. Okay, the New York Magazine, January 12th, 2025, Kendra Licari, daughter cyberbully, mommy meanness, true story. Okay, yeah, I have a subscription to the New York Times, or is it the New York Magazine? Such a manipulator of a situation. Absolutely. We women have the potential to get away with so much. Yeah, Tara, we do. Just because we're women and we are lied to from birth and told women are always soft, feminine, nice, and sweet. Ha ha ha. No, it's the truth. Is we don't see women in that. I'm telling you, man, I had to call myself because I said, oh, this has to be some kind of a peeping tom, or some registered whatever. And it wasn't even that. It was the mother telling her daughter to just end it. She told her daughter to just end it. And then the Netflix person, the interviewer, asked her, were you at all concerned that your child was going to like end it? And she was like, oh, no, no, I know that she wouldn't have. My goodness. Yeah, her own mother. Her own mother. I know. This is why I was like, thank you, Jeanette says, Mom, I can't even fathom this. No. It tells us things about the Halloween costume where Kendra dressed up as the other girl they were trying to throw under the bus. Really? How is it? What's hilarious about it? He said, I would end up in jail for effing somebody up. Can't imagine doing this to anyone, let alone my child. No, I'm telling you, I was like, am I misunderstanding? Like maybe I missed something or something when this went down. It's weird. Well, I have the report, by the way. I have the police report. Y'all know that I would bring something up there, okay? But this is when the initial story broke, okay? This was literally 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Watch this.
Now, with a bizarre case of a mother accused of cyber stalking her own daughter, the Michigan woman is now facing felony charges, and Trevor Alt is here with more. Trevor, the motive is still a mystery this morning.
It is, Cecilia. There's no confirmed motive, but there are some theories being floated out by prosecutors, including one that's saying this is something like cyber Munchausen's by proxy, where essentially they're making their child feel bad so that the child comes to them for comfort. But whatever the cause, these allegations are extensive and they are incredibly alarming.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I struggle with people like internet diagnosing, because if we just say that the lady's got Munchausen by proxy, right? That she's making her child feel bad so that her child can run to her and tell her all the problems. No, we're glossing over the fact of the sexualized text messages that she was sending to Owen. This woman right here might have not been charged with any kind of like a label like that, but she has literally perpetrated on that young boy. Okay? She did sexually via text message. She might have not touched him that way, she might have not, but she did it through text. So for me, it's like I struggle when people just put that label out there, because I'm like, we're glossing over the criminal aspect behavior. So she did all this to affect her daughter. Let me tell you what gave me, I think a lot of us kind of that are thinking this way. If it was just about protecting her daughter and just being focused on her daughter, she could have just left it at that. Why did she message Owen's new girlfriend and then Owen's new girlfriend, such a salacious text message? Why did she do that? Why not just leave that little boy alone? She wanted to break up. If she wanted to just break them up, she could have just left it there. Why did she keep this going? To me, that's not my, like, we're throwing these internet mental health labels all over the place, and they lose their meaning when we do that. Let's keep playing this.
Even when we realized that it wasn't a kid, we weren't expecting that it would be a parent.
This morning, a startling story out of Michigan. Prosecutors accusing a mother of catfishing and harassing her own daughter. Authorities allege Kendra Licari secretly sent her daughter and daughter's boyfriend thousands of hateful texts and messages for months.
We had tens of thousands of text messages, and whether they were messages that were just to her daughter or some of her daughter's friends. And the digital footprint was just insane.
According to prosecutors, Licari's daughter first received these messages in early 2021, with Licari and the daughter's boyfriend's parents then reporting it to officials at their school, who later referred the situation to law enforcement. But the messages allegedly continued, and investigators claim this spring they discovered Licari was the source when they traced the messages back to her.
When they informed us later in the spring that they were suspecting that it possibly was her, it shocked all of us. I think everybody involved.
Authorities allege Licari used software to hide the origin of the messages, using several numbers and area codes, even allegedly trying to make it look like her daughter's classmates were behind it all.
In doing so, it would shield her and kind of cloak her identity or her digital identity. But eventually we were able to see that her IP address was popping in and out right before and right after these messages were going through.
Look, that is crazy, man. I'm telling you, I could not believe it when I heard this. I said, yo, now I see why the internet was going after her. Franny Law, thank you so much for this. You work so hard, lady. Thank you for your coverage. Franny, I got your email, by the way, Franny Law. Thank you. And let me, Venus, I'm gonna pull this article that you're talking about. I think I saw my subscription with if it's the New York Times, I got my subscription there.
Licari is facing 5 charges, including stalking a minor and obstruction of justice. She was released on $5,000 bond. Police documents show when confronted with the evidence, she admitted the messages came from her. She and her attorney said they have no comment at this time.
Now, Licari is facing 4 felony counts, which each carry the possibility of several years in prison. According to investigators, these messages were first reported to the school when Licari was working there as a basketball coach.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Such an alarming story. All right, Trevor, thank you.
The body cam footage, I think it's over there, Mama. Thank you. The body cam footage, the officers are confronting her. There's another phone. Where's the phone? She's like, deny no. Oh my goodness. Do you have to tell my daughter? The phone was like in a different area of the house or property. Like, I'm like, you did all this, girl. Like, stop with the fake tears. Stop it. You said, hold up. Let me see. I'm going to try to pull this up here in a minute. I'm going to tell you guys something, though. This reminded me of a case. And some of you guys might not know about this case, but I definitely recommend you guys listen and hear about this case. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember, if you know Thomas Montgomery. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember a man or at least a case revolving the Marine sniper shooter Thomas Montgomery. I think it was like out of North Carolina, that case. Put a 1 in the chat if that rings a bell. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat. There's only a couple ones, okay? How many of you guys have watched Tall Hot Blonde? Tall Hot Blonde. So I was sharing with the Discord yesterday. I was like, after I watched this, it totally reminded me of Tall Hot Blonde. When I was an undergraduate student, I had to write a paper about that case. Oh, I'll make a house in a little bit. You have a big house over there. You haven't seen that? Yeah. So give you guys a little bit of so Thomas Montgomery was this was in 2005. Is a case out of was it, I want to say it's like North Carolina or New York. I can't remember. Okay. But at the time he was in his 40s. Okay. And he had 2 daughters and he was married. Okay. And he began to do gaming online. Okay. And he started talking to a girl whose label was Tall Hot Blonde. Okay. He starts having this relationship with this girl. She's 18. He's in his 40s. And he starts lying about his age, right? It's kind of a weird case because Thomas also works with another man who is truly the whole situation out of here, right? And what happens is he gets this connection with this young girl. Her name is Jessie, Tall Hot Blonde. That's her online name. Start flirting, exchanging photos and everything. They start sending stuff through mail. Thomas's wife gets wind of this and she sends a letter back to Jessie with a picture saying this is my husband. Be careful who you talk to online. He's lying to you type of situation. It's crazy, right? So it's crazy how it mimics that. It mimics this story so much. He starts fantasizing. They get into this fantasy talk online. They still keep going and whatever. Jessie finds out that Thomas is actually in his 40s. She starts kind of freaking out in this messages. She starts talking to a coworker of Thomas, who's truly the victim of this case, right? They start kind of exchanging messages back and forth. Again, just fantasizing. He starts thinking about the time that he was a Marine sniper. And all, he just this thing in his head that it's all fantasies. His coworker, Brian Barnett, that was his name, young guy, right? Closer to Jessie's age. This coworker is also in the same chat room line that they're all in, right? And Jesse starts flirting with Brian. Thomas doesn't like that at all. Jesse's playing like mind games with Thomas, and she's still playing mind games with Brian. And it gets really explicit when you think about the interaction, right? So Thomas starts making threats towards Brian. Now, mind you, again, Brian and Thomas work in the same area. Thomas decides that he's going to get a sniper rifle, whatever, and shoot Brian. I don't even think Brian knew what was coming to him because he was literally sitting in his truck, like reading or doing something, and he was shot from behind. Very young guy, okay? Thomas felt just very jilted. He felt like, like this was for Jesse. They didn't really find out what happened right away. I think they found Brian like 3 days later after that. And so it's a really bizarre case, right? As investigators are going through this case and everything, they start, investigating, and then they're finding out a little bit more about Brian, and they're connecting him to Thomas and that murder, and then they find out about Jesse. They have a sheriff that goes out to Jesse to go like see her, right? And see, hey, what's going on? And Jesse's mom opens the door, and she's like hearing about the situation, that Thomas actually killed Brian and all this other stuff. And then like she gets confronted. It turns out that Jesse wasn't even like the real person behind that account. It was Jesse's mom, Mary Sheeler. Mary Sheeler was using her daughter's profile to talk to Thomas and to talk to Brian and kind of have this little triangulation thing going on, right? Yeah. Thomas didn't know that, right? So he's finding out after the fact. He's like, oh my God, I did all this. I killed Brian for Jesse. So Mary Sheeler, who used Jesse, Mary Sheeler was sending explicit photos of her daughter, provocative photos of her daughter, Jesse. Jesse didn't even know that her mom was doing that. Had no clue. Her mom was pretending to be Jesse. And guess what? Mary Sheeler didn't get charged with the crime. The only one that got charged was Thomas, because Mary, or Jesse, playing Jesse, didn't tell Thomas to go and shoot Brian. He did that on his own. For those that are wondering, because I'm seeing in the chat, they're like, where's this from? I'm going to tell you where you can watch it. First of all, let me just say this. It's free on YouTube right now. This is it right here. And it's the actual interviews. You're going to see Thomas Montgomery be interviewed here from behind bars. It's called Tall, Hot, Blonde. It's this one right here, free on YouTube. Go to YouTube Free Movies and type in Tall, Hot, Blonde. I'm going to put it in the chat because you guys are asking me. This case, it literally reminded me of this case right here, where it was like, oh my God. And I'm telling you, y'all, yeah, go screenshot it. I'm going to put the name on it. Go to YouTube. It's a free movie. Don't go buying it. It's a free movie. There was literally, well, it's Sylvia says, okay, you borrowed the movie from me. He just told me the ending. Watch it. It's still a very interesting movie. Baby Kate, like, to start, Thomas was like pretending to be, because he was in this gaming website, right? And I guess it was only for kids. And so he was worried about, listen, he says it at the beginning, which kind of made me think, Thomas, you're weird. Thomas Montgomery. He's a weird guy. He was talking about, well, I was hearing about all these things and people getting caught up and stuff like that. So I acted like I was 18. She's 18, Jesse, quote unquote. She's, and you're going to see those text messages there. I mean, they're literally having like internet, let me stop. I think the quote was that they use in the text message that he popped her virtual thing. Okay. Like, this mother used her own daughter's images and like everything to act like her. And Jessie, when she found out, she didn't even know, man. And what's so crazy is that they interviewed Brian's parents, and Brian's parents were like, looking at Jesse would totally be the type that Brian would have dated because Brian liked blondes. It's crazy. Thank you. Only one L in tall hot blonde. Yes, only one L. You want slime? Okay, you're gonna have to wait. I saw another person cover this. I don't remember who though. I'm gonna watch the movie. Yeah, so the movie is free on YouTube. Check it out. Okay. There's another case like this out there in Canada. I think it was a Netflix special, but I can't remember which one. It's crazy. You remember this, Gloria? You do remember that? Yeah, it's like crazy. How it says on the movie, everyone lies on the internet. And they show you text messages between them. They show you the internet. Now this is it's a pretty old, it's a 2005, 2007 movie. So just keep that in mind. But what you see is what you get. But like I was telling y'all, I had to write a paper on this in my undergraduate. So this movie is like forever in my mind because while I was listening to Kendra Licari's case, it just reminded me of that. She is lucky that nobody died out of this. She's lucky that nobody died. Somebody could have died. Somebody could have been really hurt because of her behavior and her recklessness. Here, Mary Sheeler didn't even get charged. Honestly. See, I saw another person cover it. Hold up. Let me go up a little bit. Let's see. I'm watching it now. Watch it. You guys watch it and let me know what y'all think. I'm telling you, I'm only giving you. I used to be such a documentary junkie, you guys. I stress every day hoping that these little bullies stay away from my child, and here she is being a bully. Who's being a bully? It's a star. Poor husband. He was looking like he was broken up with. It was really sad to see the husband. Just in general, he looks like he's just been dealing with a lot. And to me, the way Kendra acted, even in this documentary, like, I don't think she only went to prison for a year for doing all this. Let me show you guys. I have the charging docs. Hold up. I think I have them. Was it this one? Give me 1 second. I know I downloaded them. See what happens when I lose things. Here it is. I think it's this one right here. So, y'all see that? This is, it's all available online. This is all for everybody to see. You guys can find them as well. She didn't seem sorry for me. No, she didn't. She seemed indifferent. It's crazy. It was on Dateline in 48 Hours too, Minnie. Wow. It's crazy. But y'all watch that. If you watch Tall, Hot, and Blonde, or if you watched it before, leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about it, okay? So this is, let me see what this is exactly. This must be the complaint. Look at all these witnesses. And the reason some of these are initials because they're minors, okay? But the parents are here, the sergeant, everybody. The complaint witness says, that on the date and location described, defendant, contrary to law, stalking a minor was count 1. September 13, 2021 to February 28, 2022, did engage in a fully course of conduct involving repeated or continuing harassment of a confidential victim, OM, that would be Owen, while being 5 or more years older than the confidential victim. She should have been charged with an S crime. What she was sending was so explicit. She should have been charged with a sex crime. Who was less than 18 years of age at some time during the course of this conduct, the conduct being such that would cause a reasonable person to feel harassed. Okay? Felony 5 years and 10,000, up to 5 years probation. All right, now let me throw something out here. If it wasn't Kendra and say it was Mark who was doing this behavior, I think they went easy on her. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they went easy on her because she's a woman. They did. Let it be a man, and they would have done something to Mr. Whatever. Did they go easy on her because she was a woman? I mean, I know she didn't have any priors. I get it. But I feel like they went easy on her because she's a woman. Literally. You say, yeah, she should have been on a she should have been on a registry. Honestly. It's crazy, man. But I do think that they went like easy on her. You said women are me. Yeah, but if this was a man, I don't know what. I'm just telling y'all. I just feel like that plays, you know? You know what I mean? And because it was mainly her own child she abused, which I wonder if CPS ever opened a case on her because of that. They should have. They should have. That was like psychological, emotional abuse. You know what I mean? That's right, baby K. I don't care about priors. Once it's a minor, it's like horrible. Exactly. The blind spots that we have for women child offenders is glaring. Yeah. You said look into the cyber stalking of a teen in the Aaron Spencer case. They let this girl's abusers out of 5K bond while facing 43 counts. Really, Venus Blue? That's what I'm saying, Ronan. It's like dudes ain't getting leniency, right? At all. You said when I was in middle school, our assistant principal essayed a young male. The student tried to tell his family, other teachers, and no one believed him. That's sad. He finally got a voice and video on his flip phone. Wow, Luna. And she was a coach. She was a coach, man. It's just sad. Well, it's a serious thing. Like, anyways, so I don't know, man. And it's crazy because it's her child who's the victim. So she still kept contact with her child, right? She said, I do prison visit. I'm like, that should have been supervised. Oh, that should have been supervised because thank God she didn't have any more children. I'm just telling y'all, like, that would have been rough. There would have been other kids involved. Okay, so then she also got count 2 computer internet communicating with another to commit crime, maximum imprisonment for 4 years or more than less than 10. Okay. So on or about September 13th, 2021 to February 28, 2022, did use a computer and internet to communicate with confidential victim OM. Okay. And then the stalking a minor where the victim or intended to victim OM was a minor. Sora notice. This is a tier 2 offense under these. Oh, look at this. This is a tier 2 offense under the Sex Offender Registration Act, SORA, if the underlying offense is a violation of MCL 750, tier 3 offense if the defendant has prior convictions for the tier 2 offense. So I don't know what this means. Did she have to register? I don't think she did. I don't think she was required to register. I think this is just part of the document. Felony 10 years. Hold up. Some of this stuff is just there letting you know like what the counts stand for. So here, like count 3 stalking a minor, and this is involving her own daughter right here. And then with the computer, and that's it. It's like this just feels like such a slap in the face. She should have gotten a long time, at least a good 3 years or something, and some kind of a supervised something with it. I don't know. At the end, the daughter did say she withdrew contact with her abusive mother. She did. Well, that's her choice, man. This is a difficult position to be in, if you know what I mean. Like, honestly, I feel for her because people are telling her online what to do or how to act or what she shouldn't do, and I don't agree with that. It's not okay. What people are saying online, I just don't agree with it. Hold up, cyber. Hold up. See if I can pull that article. I might not be able to find it. Oh, that was a New York Post. Unknown numbers. The scamming. Oh, this is something else. Anyways, the catfish. I don't know if is catfishing the right term for this though? Because I feel like catfishing is, I don't know if it's the right term. So like catfishing is like deception online where somebody creates like a fake identity, right? And they're often using photos and things, and she did use photos in these text messages. But I don't know if if I would have called it catfishing. Yeah, like it's more like stalking. I don't know if catfishing was right. I don't think it's the right term, right? Because when I think of catfishing, thank you, Lacey. When I think of catfishing, I think of somebody like literally using somebody else's stuff like photos to act like this other person. They never really knew who this other person was. It was definitely stalking, but how would you phishing? Would it just be cyber stalking? Yeah, because when I think of catfishing, I think of like let me see, like there's a form of deception and there's a goal to that deception. This was just cyberbullying, complete stalking, complete harassment. There's a different level. I don't think catfishing was the right word for this. You said who was she pretending to be? You said she was pretending to be someone else. Who was she pretending to be? Thank you, Jackie, for putting up your like number. Thank you. Oh, hold up. Y'all, I mean, I don't know, man. This just don't seem right. You said, let me see what you guys say. Not herself. Well, let's go into the TikTok streets because apparently the TikToks are going off on this. Give me one sec. Hold up. Kendra Licari, I think would be an easier search. Everybody's on TikTok, y'all. Everybody's on TikTok. Look at this. Who is that? Spotted in on a train in LA looking distressed. Is that really her? I'm trying to mute the music. That's really her? Oh girl. She don't look okay. Oh my god. They are dragging her. My son. They called her Quasimodo. That's too much. That's too much. You said TikTok is where I learned about the New York Magazine article. I'll check it out. That's crazy. Hold up. Let me see if I can play this. This is when she gets confronted.
Mother cyberbullied her own daughter, and here's what she thinks about.
Every single one of us makes mistakes.
Oh no,
Not a single one of us has lived a perfect life.
She literally said, every single one of us makes mistakes, guys. Every single one of us makes mistakes. We cyberbully our own children. Every single one of us tell our children to go K themselves. Every single one of us hit on, or sex, my child's boyfriend. Every single one of us. If my side eye could give commentary about this, it would have its own channel. That's what she said. When she's like, when confronted about her daughter's thing, every single one of us make mistakes, guys. Every single one of us.
And realistically, a lot of us have probably broke the law at some point or another and not got caught. I mean,
oh my. Fixes. You know what? Don't be comparing this woman to Quasimodo. Quasimodo was nice. This bitch is just too much. All right. Don't be comparing her to Quasimodo. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Quasimodo had a heart of gold. Okay. This lady is just evil as hell. No, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Don't compare her to Quasimodo.
I'll be honest, I'm sure there people drove drunk, haven't been caught, right? But again, if you get caught, you're in the same situation and I'm in, but for a different thing. So I do feel that, people lose sight of that. I know to some, I'm a headline, I'm a villain. I'm a bad mom. I'm a whatever. But that's because they know one little piece of my story. I can't leave her.
Hold up. What she say? She said what now? Hold up. She said what?
I do feel that, people lose sight of that. I know to some, I'm a headline, I'm a villain, I'm a bad mom, I'm a whatever. But that's because they know one little piece of my story.
Yeah, you guys, you don't know the whole story. You only know one piece, the bad part. That's all. Hold up. She said, hold up.
People drove drunk, haven't been caught, right? But again,
have y'all been driving drunk and haven't been caught? Lord have mercy.
If you get caught, you're in the same situation and I'm in, but for a different thing. So I do feel that, people lose sight of that. I know to some, I'm a headline.
My friends, that's a sociopath. She don't get it. She can't read the room. She cannot read the room. She doesn't get it. Okay.
I'm a villain. I'm a bad mom. I'm a whatever. But that's because they know one little piece of my story. I can't leave her. No, I can't.
The restraint that it took for that dad not to put hands on that. I'm sorry. I'm like, ooh, I would have put. You better patrol me away because I gotta go. What you did was not okay.
In the small town of Beale City, Michigan, student Lauren Licari and her boyfriend Owen McKenney started getting anonymous, cruel text messages that went on for almost a year. The texts accused them of things, told them to break up, used vulgar, explicit language, and even included messages like, unalive yourself. At first, everyone assumed it was a joke.
Her own mother telling her to unalive herself. And you know what? Lauren is smart. Like, she realizes that. Like, she's like, my own mother in that documentary. I was like, oh my God, girl, you are brave, so brave to even because some people wouldn't even be able to make sense of that. It's sad. She wants a relationship. And I think people have to respect that, whether we like it or not, whether we don't like it. Our opinion shouldn't matter in this. Honestly.
Jealous classmate trying to interfere with their relationship. The bullying became so relentless that the police and eventually the FBI got involved. After months of digging, investigators discovered something shocking. The person sending the texts wasn't another student at all. It was Lauren's own mother, Kendra Licari. She had been pretending to be someone else, catfishing her daughter and Owen, and trying to manipulate their lives in secret. When the truth came out, it stunned the entire community.
I can't ever get that feeling out.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's okay because she's got issues. No. Like, it's crazy. It's not like, and even I feel like I said, people, she was, so let me tell you what she said. All right, y'all, for those that have, some of you guys that watched it, she talked about the fact that at the age of 17, she had been sexually assaulted. Okay. And so that became a piece of her. Right. So then in my mind, I'm like, but you didn't, so somehow that excuses the stuff that you've done, or you're unleashing what you did to your daughter and this little boy too. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Just the disgust and betrayal. This woman we allowed into our lives and our house and my kids' lives. You just cannot imagine what that felt like.
Kendra eventually admitted to her actions, and a judge sentenced her to at least 19 months in prison.
Rebuilding our relationship will help both of us a lot. I love her more than anything.
Mother cyberbullied her own daughter.
Hoo-wee. And I'm telling everybody on the internet has a reaction.
Kendra Licari infatuated.
Everybody on the internet has a reaction. I honestly think it wasn't even about her daughter. I think she was infatuated with her boyfriend. I think that's what happened. Literally, I think that's what it was, y'all. But if you watch it, y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you got rid of it? No. This is my favorite. No. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I really appreciate everybody supporting the channel today. Make sure you guys watch the last videos that we've done. Franny Law, I got your email, so I'll check it out here in a minute. You guys, thank you for hitting that like button. If you're familiar with this case, but also with the Thomas Montgomery case, let me know in the chat. I mean, that is a case that's many years old, but still very relatable to a lot of the cyber crimes that happen today. Yes, let's get more likes. Thank you. You guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, bye guys. I gotta go. Bye guys.